In Nigeria, various government strategies in the past have been formulated towards overcoming the enormous shortage of housing through several housing reform programs. But despite these past efforts, housing continues to be a mirage to the ordinary Nigerian. How can the government address housing demand in the face of growing joblessness and income inequality in Nigeria? This will be the highlight of the discussion on one of the panel sessions from the 13th AIHS today. My name is Namsu Thoma, and this is Housing Development. Coming up now is the news headlines as we get the latest updates in the housing and construction industry. I'll be back. A 10.8 billion naira worth deal has been signed by Family Homes Funds and Yobe State Government on Monday for the construction of 2,600 urban and rural housing units. The agreement signed in Abuja between the state government and Family Homes Funds Limited has 10-year repayment tenure. Governor Mai Mala Buni, who signed as a witness, said the project was in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, noting that his administration's guiding principle considered affordable housing a key marker of social progress. The managing director of Family Homes Funds Limited, Femi Adewale, said the firm envisaged a construction period of 18 months and would provide funds for the project. The Ondo State chapter of the Nigerian Society of Engineers says it is empowered to arrest any building professional found to be involved in using substandard materials or linked to a defective construction project. The NSE called on the builders to engage qualified engineers to supervise their projects in a bid to eradicate cases of building collapse in the state. The chairman of the NSE Ondo chapter, Mrs. Christiana Ijagbemi, stated this during the 40th anniversary of the state chapter of the society. According to her, building collapse is mostly caused by fake engineers. Andrew Chiponda, the managing director of Kenya-based Pan-African Housing Development and Finance Institution, Shelter Afrique, says the institution is set to tackle housing deficit in Nigeria. Speaking in an interview with Newsmen, Chiponda says Shelter Afrique is the only Pan-African housing development and finance institution committed to facilitating and financing affordable housing delivery across Africa. He says the institution's main shareholders include 44 African governments, including Nigeria, and being a major shareholder in Shelter Afrique, the institution is committed to aiding significant growth in Nigeria and to invest more than $180 million primarily through lines of credit to financial institutions to support the issuance of mortgages and providing construction finance for public-private partnership projects. He added that this is in line with the institution's 2019 to 2023 strategic plan that will help reduce the housing deficit and increase the supply of affordable housing units to above 100,000 units annually. Welcome back. Those were major headlines in housing and construction for the week. You can visit www.housingnews.org.ng for details of these stories and more. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page at Housing TV Africa to get more details from the 13th AIHS and more housing information. Now let's bring to you discussions from the panel session on how to address housing demand in Nigeria.
The whole essence of this conference is not just to have a talk. It's to have solutions and ideas that we can all go back to our various companies or organizations and implement. And that's why we've tried to put together a panel. Some of you are still surprised that they're on this panel this morning. But the whole idea is every single one of the people you see on this panel is a critical player. What we're trying to do with this morning's panel, and we're going to try and make it fast, is to get perspectives from each of them on what they are doing or what they have done to navigate the challenges around supply side issues in housing in Nigeria. We know there are issues. So one of the things I said to my colleagues on the panel is, don't come here and tell us that Land Use Act needs to be changed. Don't come here and tell us that government needs to work on policy. We know all of that. But listen, we're all players. There must be something you're doing right now that you're able to survive that makes us recognize you as players. So one of what we want to hear from you, I want to be able to debate and get audience participation into is what are those things you're doing in your respective areas to navigate the minefields?
GIZ is the German International Agency for Cooperation, International Cooperation Agency owned by the German federal government. We have seen that there's a very close link between housing and the economy, and that is why we have affordable housing as a value chain in the program. In the affordable housing value chain, we could say that all the links are kind of weak. So our concentration has been, more on all aspects of the chain: the skill acquisition, the land titling and registration, the land regulation and planning, and all whatnot, the finance side of it. We are working, in all of these areas so that we can strengthen it and we can begin to have affordable housing for these states we are concentrated on. We provide technical services, we build capacity, we facilitate partnership and linkages for sustainable growth, okay? And because we do all of this, you might say that how do you function in the housing sector that is capital-based, okay? We look for partners in these areas, and we work closely with them. We have been doing that with the major financial partners, the Federal Mortgage Bank, the NMRC, the Family Homes Funds, to find a way of financing housing for the poor, and equally financing construction of affordable housing.
In our situation for Urban Shelter, one of the key things we are and we feel that we're doing is to really become a national brand, to be an industry leader in terms of delivering quality real estate, not just houses, because a lot of what we do isn't actually focused just on residential. We do a lot of retail spaces. For instance, we're delivering 2,500 shops this year in Abuja. We hope to be in Abia very soon at the beginning of next year to also launch a market. So you're trying to cover that spectrum. I appreciate everybody speaks about agriculture, but I actually think real estate is such a bigger catalyst. I don't understand why we do not spend. It's a shame that we look at real estate as some kind of a rich man's business. I understand there are empty houses in Maitama, but those are not real estate developers. Those are individuals simply building for the sake of building. I think for genuine builders that are really kind of passionate about providing homes, we really need that intervention. I don't use that word in a dramatic sense, but simply because there are certain situations, once we go beyond project to project, where you need the involvement of government to do this roadmap, to kind of scale up what we're trying to do. And why I appreciate that there's a national housing policy. How many of us know about it? How many of us know where it's headed? And how many of us can contribute to the success of that? Because we are growing. We all like having babies. We're one of those countries where, like you said, again, 200 million of us growing exponentially, 400 million the next 30, 40 years ago. We're going to start eating each other soon if we don't create more houses, unfortunately.
Those entities that fund, whether directly through whether your banks that are doing construction finance or an organization like OPIC that's doing construction finance, I think one of the mistakes that they make is to continue with this baseball metaphor. I think one of the mistakes they make is they only want to hit home runs. They only want to fund developers that can build 10,000 homes at a time or 10,000 homes a year. There's a couple of problems with that. There's a problem from the marketing side, and we are very close to our customers, and we're continually, while we're a production home builder, we don't do a custom home building. We do learn each time we build a house. We do learn each time we work with a client, and each iteration of what we do improves a little bit because of customer feedback, and that's impossible when you roll out 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 homes at a time on the same plan, on the same piece of land, on the same design. There's no way to improve when you do that. That would be my challenge to those of you that are in the construction financing space is to think about finding ways to seed your housing sector by supporting multiple small developers, not to the exclusion of larger developers, because obviously Urban Shelter has proven that they can accomplish great things, and they clearly are a better candidate for construction finance than I am. But if you want to have 100 urban shelters operating in Nigeria, which you need, right? At least to address this housing deficit, then you need to be thinking more creatively about reaching more deeply and making smaller bets, not only making big bets, because when a big bet goes wrong, it goes wrong in a big way. When small bets go wrong, they go wrong in a small way.
I lived in Ajaokuta for 2 years as assistant zonal planning officers, 1982. Look at Ajaokuta. No human being can walk through that plant. It's on 24 hectares of land, 24,000. It's a city. Ajaokuta is supported with residential estate that we were managing there of more than 2,000 in about 12 places. Built houses, destroyed in the wilderness of this country. Ajaokuta is to produce billets, because today we import more than 60% of the building materials that are localized. PVC is a petroleum product. Bitumen for our roads is a petroleum product. Glass is from sand. Cement, lime is on every inch of soil in Nigeria. We're importing. Many developers have developed thousands of houses in the corridor of Lekki today that were empty. Many parts of Lekki of Abuja today that were empty because they were not based on research. There is a law in this nation that says once you have 50 workers, you must do housing for them. Who is driving the law? Let's collaborate and stop competing.
Housing is a major catalyst for our Nigerian economy. And there's an industry we can learn from, Nollywood. Nollywood didn't wait for government to create policies for it. There's a guy called, I can't remember his first name, but Iroko TV. How many of you have heard of Iroko TV? The young man was in America, and he found that Nigerians were buying DVDs to watch. So he flew from America, went to Alaba and what's the Okigwe Road that they're always talking about, and got those guys to sign to transfer their movies to him. And that's how he created Iroko TV. Today, Netflix buys Nigerian movies. Beyonce's recent album had Nigerian artists. They're not doing it because they like us. They're dying the woke capitalists. They realize that it sells. So if we all in this room are serious, and that's why I called Festus, I've been telling him from Monday that this year's housing show, let's make it different. Let's come up with a position. Let's commit ourselves to work together, and let's actually make a difference. Leave government alone. Let me tell you one thing. When we deliver, they will look for us.
One of the most prominent features of your house is your roof. Your roof will tell how old your building is. At Plus World, we pride ourselves in having the expertise and products to bring your roof back to life. While other roofing companies suggest removing the roof, we restore the roof with warranty assurance. Let Plus World Roofing recoat your old and fading roofs and make your roofs brand new. Our products are eco-friendly and completely harmless to human and the environment. We offer services that will sustain your roof's integrity and by extension, your property value. This includes roof repairs and maintenance for residential, commercial, and industrial properties. Our roof restoration solution saves you up to 70% the cost of replacing your roof. Contact Plus World Roofing today. Plus World Roofing. Why re-roof when you can restore?
Welcome back. Just in case you just joined us, the program is Housing Development, and we have been talking about housing needs in Nigeria and how they can be addressed by those concerned. Now, we'll also bring to you what exhibitors who were at the 13th AIHS have to say and the type of products they brought to showcase.
Josef Green Werkzeuge. Eisenkraft is the name of the machines, it's a brand. Eisenkraft is about the professional production of all sorts of wrought iron products. Enough? Again? Again. Okay, this is a very strong connection.
Very strong.
If you can open it, you get the machines for free. Open first.
Okay, what about sourcing for the materials itself?
We use all the bendable materials. Like here I'm using cold rolled steel, it's nice and clean, but most common and cheapest material is always the hot rolled steel. Furthermore, we can use aluminium, copper, brass, stainless steel. All the bendable materials. Cast iron breaks so we cannot bend.
Any bendable material?
Yeah, bendable.
Happy Home Builders Nigeria Limited is a real estate development company, and we've been in business for about 20 years now. And on record, we have delivered about 5 housing estates, and we are bringing to the Abuja Housing Show our current estate at Sule Jamadala Road. That's Abaka Sanibelu Housing Estate, in which we are building about 200 units of houses, ranging from 1 bedroom to 2 and 3 bedroom. There are so many things that are unique about the estate. Number one is the location of the estate. It's very superb. From Abuja City Center to the location, it's about 50 minutes drive, and you will travel on the 3rd road to the location. Number two, it has all necessary documentation that has to do with estates, ranging from the certificate of occupancy, we talk of approved building plan, the approved layout, and the rest of it. Also, equally, the estate is going to have 30 kVA light supply. That guarantees a steady supply of light to the estate. There is water in the estate already, and our design are very compact.
We are the pioneering company in roof maintenance technology in Nigeria. We are promoting roof restoration as well. So it's a good opportunity to showcase what we can do as a company. And Plusworld is an 100% proudly Nigerian company. For Plusworld, as you know, we are partners with the Abuja Housing Show. And this has always been a very good platform for us to network and be able to show people what we can do as a company. The experience keeps getting better. This year we can see that there are more exhibitors and there are more visitors to the show. So I guess the organizers of the show are doing an amazing job.
We are into estate, real developer. We develop house, we sell land in different locations. So we have a house and land in the Life Camp, and we have in Kubwa, in FO1, behind the military pension board. So we give client the opportunity to invest by providing the most affordable house for our client. So we make sure we provide enough affordable houses for our clients so that the low income earners can afford the properties we have.
Julien is a French group which are into manufacturing of lightweight roofing. So we produce roofing sheets and roofing tiles which are made of recycled cellulose and bitumen. And the sheets have some very distinct advantages. They've got enhanced thermal insulation and sound insulation, and also they do not corrode. So it doesn't matter how close you are to the sea, they will never rust. Okay, it keeps your house inside cool because it doesn't radiate the heat of the sun inside the building. And then it's good for projects such as schools and houses of worship and hospitals because it does not allow the transfer of noise from outside to inside.
Nigerian Navy Building Construction Company was established 10 years ago. It was National Nigeria Building Construction Company before, in the past. But right now we have delivered about 1,000 housing units to our subscribers who are residents today in phase 1. As I speak, currently we are in phase 2. So we have built about approximately 100 units. We also have our presence at Admiralty Estate at Sokoro, that is the Navy Town, where we have our buildings of different types, housing units, ranging from 2-bedroom standard, 3-bedroom terrace duplex, and 4-bedroom detached. We also have, in addition to these, 4-bedroom semi-detached duplexes to ensure that we market our products to the visitors, to Nigerians, and to ensure that at the end of the day, they key into our projects, which is the various housing units we have highlighted.
System, as the name says, is Construction Skills Training and Empowerment Project. And as our name, we are into construction, specifically training people in the construction trades to be empowered and be useful to the society. The construction trades include masonry, tiling, painting, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, and plumbing, as the case. So all those 7 trades in the construction industry, we train people so that they can be well skilled. This year we have come with better products, better plans on how to engage the Nigerian youth. Incidentally, we have been networked with the federal government through the Empower process. We have partnerships with the British Council and a whole lot of other partners. Even with the FESADEB already owning this particular product, we are doing so much to see how we can get the general Nigerian populace, especially the youths, engaged in construction skills.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, the program is Housing Development, and we have been bringing to you key elements from the 13th Abuja International Housing Show. Now, for those looking for a credible developer to fulfill your dream of home ownership, Urban Shelter Limited will be a right choice for you. Urban Shelter is a real estate development company focused at delivering cutting-edge and competitive real estate solutions to Nigerians at affordable prices. Here's a quick one from them.
Urban Shelter Limited has been working in the past year to develop a flexible payment plan that would allow its clients to key in easily. We have analyzed and reviewed the tremendous issues and challenges associated with the mortgage in Nigeria, and we thought that defining a flexible way for people to own a house is the way forward. In doing so, Urban Shelter developed the Stay and Pay program that allows you to move into your house and continue paying while you live into the house. So we thought that that could not only allow you to pay your house while living in it, but will also allow you to stay away from paying rent while you're trying to acquire a house. Urban Shelter Limited is located in Wuse Zone 5 at Shippers Plaza. It's very accessible. We are open literally 6 days a week. Our website, urbanshelternigeria.com, is really good resources to access to Urban Shelter, the different products that Urban Shelter offer, to get more insight. We do have general numbers that will be available for people that would like to reach out to Urban Shelter.
You can get a house at Urban Shelter Limited by calling the numbers displayed on your TV screen.
Thanks for staying with us, as this is where we'll call it a wrap on the program today. For all you have missed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Housing TV Africa to get it all. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter at Housing Program. Now, for those who want to be a part of this program or to advertise on it, you can send us a message or WhatsApp on this phone number showing on your screen, or you can send a mail to the email address on your screen, housingdevelopmentprogram@gmail.com. My name is Nomso Thelma, and I'll see you next week.